If you've tried everything, treatments, therapies, supplements, lifestyle changes, but you're still not healing your chronic pain and illness, you're not alone. I see this every day in my therapy practice. People trying so hard to heal, but their brain's stuck in danger and dysregulation, the exact state that keeps symptoms alive. The good news, once you understand what's blocking your healing, you can start shifting it. And that's where real change happens. In this video, I'm going to explain the 5 biggest reasons people don't heal their chronic pain and illness, and what you can start doing differently today. Number 1, you're still treating it like a body problem. Most of us, when we have chronic pain and symptoms, we get assessments. We assess what parts of our body are damaged or diseased, and then we throw all of these physical treatments at it. Now, if medications, physical treatments were going to solve chronic pain and symptoms, they would have long ago. And so, as we understand, most chronic pain and symptoms are neuroplastic in nature, meaning that your body is not damaged or diseased, your brain is just stuck in danger mode. But if we keep treating neuroplastic pain and symptoms with physical treatments, we're never going to get better. Now, for myself, I had chronic pain, pretty widespread, debilitating for about 3.5 years. And I did every assessment and physical treatment you can imagine. And my symptoms only got worse over time. And so we need to shift to treating the brain and nervous system. The first step is education on neuroplastic symptoms. On my channel, I have hundreds of free educational videos. So start to dive into them, learn how your brain and nervous system can produce chronic pain and symptoms in the absence of damage or disease. And then we need to commit to using a brain and nervous system approach. Start using the brain retraining practices and nervous system regulation practices. If you go in the meditation section of my channel, there's a bunch of free practices to get you started for free. Also in my digital course, I have hours upon hours of educational videos and over 60 somatic practices, brain retraining practices. So I'll put the link for my digital course down below. If you need that extra support, it can be a great option. Number 2, you're stuck in fear and hypervigilance. Lots of people, when they have chronic pain and symptoms, myself included, we get so incredibly fearful of our pain and symptoms, and if they're going to get worse, how it's going to destroy our life. And then we get hypervigilant. We get hyper-focused on them. We're trying to fix, control them. But this response to pain and symptoms will actually start to escalate the sensations over time. And so one of the big blocks that prevent people from healing is they just can't get out of this fear and hypervigilant state. Now, a great starting place here is we need to start to use brain retraining practices. There are some free embodiment practices, somatic tracking practices on my channel you can check out. But a great starting place with brain retraining is just start with the cognitive. Safe self-talk. Starting to develop safe self-talk about your pain and symptoms. I used this really consistently when I was first healing. So what I did is each time I noticed myself having a fear thought, despairing thought about my pain, I'd quickly give some safe self-talk. Remind myself, hey, my symptoms are neuroplastic. I can heal from this. I just got to be consistent. Or this sensation is temporary. This flare will pass. And over time, I'm going to get better. We need to start to pepper ourselves with safe self-talk consistently because it's these little moments of brain retraining. If you want to develop your own safe self-talk, I have a whole video on this of how to do it. I'll put it down below. But this is the starting place of reducing fear and hypervigilance. The hard part when we're caught in a state of fear and hypervigilance is we need a lot of brain retraining practices consistently. Safe self-talk, somatic tracking, embodiment practices. We need to start to be doing this each and every day. Number 3, you're forcing healing. When we have chronic pain and symptoms, the one thing we dream about is to get these sensations to get out of here. We want them to go away. And I I was the same way. I was desperate to try and heal my chronic symptoms. I see so many people when they come to a brain-based approach not get progress because they're trying to force healing. They're trying to use all the practices to force the sensations to go away right in the moment. It's like the brain retraining practices I explained in the previous step here. If you're using brain retraining to try and make your pain go away right in the moment, it is going to create pressure, intensity, and a high alert feeling, which is going to actually escalate your pain and symptoms long term. You have to think short term versus long term. In the short term, with the healing work, what we're trying to do is create safety. We're trying to create enough safety that your brain and nervous system starts to reduce sensitization. In the long run, yes, we want to heal our pain and physical symptoms. That's why you're watching this video. That's why you're doing all the practices. But in the short run, we need to let go of that long-term goal of trying to make the pain go away. Just cultivate safety. If we can do things with ease, with safety, and with consistency, with all the healing work, that's where people start to get long-lasting change over time. So just bear this in mind. The one other thing I want to say about forcing healing is never, ever set a healing deadline. I've seen this happen to so many people where they're like, I'm going to do this healing work consistently for 3 months or 6 months, and then by then my pain will be gone. But if you do that each time you have a flare leading up to that, you're going to really panic or get really frustrated. So stop forcing healing. Healing happens naturally by cultivating safety, ease, and consistency. Number 4, you're avoiding feeling your emotions and nervous system states. We know that a lot of people with chronic pain and symptoms suppress emotions. They run away from fear, anger, hurt, shame, guilt, sadness. They run for the hills. And I get why, because people might have had experiences where they felt emotions and then had a pain or symptom flare. And so they start to naturally resist them. But we know in the research that's been done that if you suppress emotions or dysregulation, what's going to happen is it actually increases pain and symptom sensitivity. So be really aware of that. If you are constantly pushing your emotional state down and never feeling it, it is going to worsen your symptoms over time. That's why some of the great work by Dr. Howard Schubiner in his model, emotional awareness and expression therapy, they show great results by helping people with chronic pain feel their emotions more deeply and fully, and their pain levels actually came down. And so the solution here is we need to start approaching emotions or nervous system dysregulation. And as we approach it, create safety with it. If you want a free practice, I recently did one on how to start to feel emotions deeply and move through them. I'll put that link down below to get you started. But just know, suppressing emotions and dysregulation is going to increase pain. Feeling emotions and dysregulation with safety is going to reduce it. Number 5, you haven't created enough safety in your life. I talk about this as social danger. This is about how we live life. So are you living with perfectionism, people pleasing, high intensity or low intensity? But social danger is also factors in your life: work, school, family, friends, community. Now, I know when we talk about social danger, some people are in really hard situations, and I truly feel for you. That's difficult to sit with and move through. And sometimes social danger, we can't control everything, right? Like sometimes we need to be at work, we need the job for finance, but we hate our boss. Our boss is awful. They're a micromanager, they're abusive. It's a hard situation to be in. And we're just doing our best to create social safety. But I see this as a barrier because people get really fixated on the micro brain retraining, nervous system regulation skills, so the internal work, but they almost ignore that they're living life in a way that creates danger, or that there's factors in their life that are creating danger. And so starting to create social safety is really key. This is something that I really am a big advocate of because the times where I have had major pain flares after initially recovering is when social danger just got too much. For myself, I'm a perfectionist, high achieving, pressure. When these traits get too big for too long, my pain will come back. And so when people are stuck, they're not getting better, it might be time you take a wider lens and explore, how can I create social safety? Do I need to let go of certain friendships or toxic people in my life? Do I need to set some firm boundaries and honor my own needs? Do I need to slow down, take tasks out of my to-do list, give myself a pace of living that works for my nervous system? Starting to make some of these shifts can go a long way. I've even seen people make really courageous moves where they have left a marriage or they have left a career and changed jobs. Those are big things. And I'm not saying everyone needs to do that, but some people do. And so it's just really important to assess, is there's too much social danger? And can I now shift to creating more social safety? So I hope this video was helpful on 5 reasons you're not getting better from your chronic pain and illness. The point of this video was to help you bring awareness to what areas might be stalling your healing out. And now that you have that awareness, it's starting to make shifts and changes in these areas. I believe that you are able to change, your nervous system is able to change, and now that you have this greater awareness, start to use that to make the most effective changes for your healing. Please put your questions, comments down below, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care.